have another question about fact-checking here at the White House. The initial statement from the president about the passing of Governor Bill Richardson included condolences for his wife of 50 years, Barbara, and their daughter, Heather. That line about Heather, the daughter, has been removed because they didn't have a daughter named Heather or daughter. So can you walk us through how these press releases are fact-checked, who signs off on them in the end, and then in this case, how this error was made?
So look, we apologize for the error, certainly. That is not something we want to do, right? We do have fact checkers here. We do have multiple people who take a look at the press releases, especially from the president. This was just a miss, unfortunately, and certainly that is not something that we want to see happen, and it is not a common occurrence, right, that happens from this White House.
Has the source of the error been identified and dealt with to prevent it from happening again?
We will do our best. What I can say from here and committed to saying from here is that we will do our best to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
A supplemental request earlier and lives being at stake. Senator Rubio, whose state is recovering from Hurricane Idalia, says the $16 billion in additional disaster relief should be decoupled from the additional funding sought for Ukraine. Of course, that's the part of the request that seems to be opposed by many Republicans. Is the administration willing to separate these requests and seek the FEMA disaster aid independently to ensure it gets to the hurricane victims and Hawaii wildfire victims as quickly as possible, or do you see that these things have to be grouped together for the request?
So look, I've been asked this question multiple times over the last, 10 days about your specific question about this, the supplemental funding for Ukraine and also what has been requested by FEMA, which is the $16 billion. Look, we see them both as incredibly important. I just laid out at the top what we saw happen in Ukraine, 16 civilians. It should be done. It should be, that $16 billion should be moved forward for communities across the country. We are not going to get into hypotheticals from here about decoupling anything at this time. What we believe these are vital, important government programs that need to be funded, that Congress should act on, that has been done in a bipartisan way. And so that's what we're going to continue to stick to.
More quickly get that FEMA funding. Why not do that?
I hear your question. I just laid out why each are incredibly important to move forward with. And so our goal here is to get that done. We're having those conversations here at the White House with folks on the other side of Pennsylvania, as I just mentioned, to get this done. These are vital programs.